case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In 2015, Reed v. Town of Gilbert emerged as a landmark case for the Supreme Court of the United States due to its implication on the First Amendment rights. The case was centered around the notion that if a law inhibits certain messages, it must be of utmost importance to the government's interests and must be penned as narrowly as possible to serve that purpose. At the heart of the lawsuit was the Gilbert, Arizona Sign Code, a contentious regulation that governed outdoor signs based on their content. It ran into controversy when the Supreme Court posited that the sign code's clause on temporary directional signs was a violation of the First Amendment. The court argued that this provision amounted to a content-based restriction on speech, an argument not supported by the Court of Appeals. The latter instead considered the sign code to be content-neutral, pumping the brakes on the ongoing case in order to review if the differences identified between temporary directional signs and other signs were indeed content-based restrictions. In a climactic turn of events, the Supreme Court concluded that the distinctions made by the sign code between temporary directional signs and other signs did not serve a compelling government interest. Instead, they placed undue restrictions on the temporary directional signs compared to those housing other messages. Consequently, the court declared that Gilbert's sign code was in breach of the Constitution. The final verdict by the court ruled the differentiation between various sign types by the Arizona Sign Code as unconstitutional. The courts declared that the regulation of temporary directional signs did not serve a compelling government interest, nor was narrowly tailored, thus infringing on the First Amendment rights. However, the court did make clear that municipalities can still impose reasonable regulations on signs, provided they are not based on content. This historic case served not just as a victory for proponents of free speech, but also provided a critical barometer for municipalities to regulate signages going forward.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.